Anyone who's worked in or around the food service industry has seen good food go to waste. An oft-quoted 2012 report by the National Resources Defense Council says Americans throw out $165 billion worth of food every year. And that's why the three people you're about to meet are making it their business to bridge the gap between our nation's food distribution system and the nonprofits that depend on their donations. Roughly 40% of all the food in the United States goes uneaten. Most of the extras end up in a dumpster or a landfill.
We need another food bank in Kansas.
Roger Gordon, Barbara Cohen, and Roger's brother Richard are doing something about it.
Richard is a trucker, and from time to time he'd have a shipment that was rejected by the receiver because the eggplants were too dark or the carrots weren't straight enough or what have you. So he'd call me, and I would go looking for a church or a food bank or someone for him to take it to.
He didn't find many takers, though. Richard Gordon's been driving big rigs for 30 years. He spoke to us from his truck in Virginia via Skype.
Because produce doesn't last long, you have to keep it moving.
There isn't much time when fresh food becomes available, and many truckers offload in the wee hours. Restaurants close up late at night when most nonprofits are closed.
And we started to think, well, maybe we could, if you can build an app to get people to food, maybe you can build an app to help food find people.
Their app, called Food Cowboy, gives for-profit food distributors a way to communicate with nonprofits looking to help the needy and vice versa.
We're right on the frontier. Yeah. I mean, we really are. We're doing something that hasn't really been done. And
Barbara Cohen's expertise in public health, nutrition, and hunger issues helped the Gordons craft a big business-style app that's palatable to nonprofits.
Food Cowboy is an air traffic control system for food that is coming in from a donor and going out to a recipient charity.
Donated by.
The business community holds the food, so creating a system that charities can use that replicates the way that businesses think creates a better match.
Can we get an 18-wheeler into your parking lot?
Recipients pay Food Cowboy 10 cents a pound, less than half their normal delivery charges. Larger donors, C corporations, get a tax deduction. But smaller businesses like family farmers and local restaurants have fewer guaranteed incentives. To grow, Food Cowboy is depending on changes to the tax code.
Try to explain to a farmer Section 170E3 of the tax code, and Congress may grandfather you in, that's not enough to create a permanent change in behavior, which is what we need to do if we're going to solve hunger in America.
Changing behavior takes time, but it happens. Recycling turned out to be more than a fad. In a year and a half, Roger Gordon says almost 1,000 truckers have downloaded the app, and Richard Gordon says drivers like it.
There's no going out to a payphone, there's no printing up paperwork. With the app, we can find these food banks within a 50-mile radius instead of driving into another state or another city.
Newer nonprofits like Nourish Now in Maryland's Montgomery County are bringing change to the system, chilling fresh food with its own refrigeration unit, but also warming up to a more business-like approach.
If you get that text, you get that phone call, you get that mobile application alert, you go out and rescue the food. You know, the food's going to go bad, you got to get it soon enough. You know, save it, give it to people in need.
If Food Cowboy is successful, the days of too late to donate could be numbered.
The idea is to grow this, to make this a systemic solution. We're trying to change the way two systems work.
Well, when the Food Cowboy folks talk about changing behavior, they mean all of us. They're hoping to see a day when you pick up your kids at school and you also transport some cafeteria leftovers, say, to a food bank that you pass on your way home. Doing well by doing good.